welcome into HSN. Boy, do we have a fantastic day planned for you. Thanks to our #1 man, Andrew Lessman is here, and not 1 or 2 or 3. How about 4 today's specials? Hey, Andrew, I gotta tell you, I know we see you less and less. Thank goodness that we get to join you at your home, which is so gracious for you, of you to do. But when you do these as today's specials, I really sit up and take notice, because I think we can all agree, moisturized skin is younger looking skin. And as I said, not only do we have a way to moisturize your skin from the inside out, we've got not 1 or 2 or 3, 4 today's specials. It's like a today's special showcase plus a variety show all rolled into one. So I am going to defer to the man who over 4 decades has been making the world's finest vitamins. And Andrew, you did it again. I wait once a year and once a year only. Hello, my friend.
How are you doing, Shannon?
Awesome. Well, I have to say, it is lovely of you to do this for us. Like I said, I know we have fewer and fewer shows than ever before with you, so this is a power hour for sure. So we should probably jump in. Again, this is something we do once a year and once a year only. You just choose your size of choice on the 30, 60, 120, 240, or 360. 360, by the way, we wait for this once a year and once a year only. That is a size on your Phytoceramides that Andrew does only for today. And Andrew, the truth of the matter is, not only a runaway customer favorite like all of your items, but moisturized skin is younger looking skin, and this does it from the inside out.
And I think we all have a misconception. It's kind of when I often talk about things that, you know, pharmaceutical companies will lead us to believe that the only way we're going to be healthy is by taking drugs. Well, the best way to be healthy is having a healthy lifestyle, eating a healthy diet, and even I make vitamins, but down on that list are vitamins, but way down on that list. So we all have the tools to our health, and I think we begin to think that the only way we moisturize our skin is by slathering moisturizers on the outside of our body. And nothing could be further from the truth, because our body has an incredible system for keeping our skin moist. Unfortunately, we don't really support, as with many things, we don't give our body the tools to necessarily support that system. And the reason why our body has a system that's incredibly effective at moisturizing its skin is because having moist skin meant that we survived better. And a lot of you probably scratching your head, how could that possibly be the case? Well, having moist skin, it means that the skin is functioning best at its primary purpose. And that primary purpose is retaining moisture in our body, because not being able to retain moisture in our body means that our most precious commodity, water, which we are principally made of, is going to be lost. So it's always kind of a tug of war between our body holding on to the moisture it needs and the atmosphere sort of wicking it away. Every breath we take, it's, you know, the surface area of our skin, we're all losing moisture. So to the extent we can hold on to that moisture, we will have moisture-looking skin. And the only thing you need to do to, even if you just go online and look at pictures of folks who are dehydrated, you will know that you want to hydrate, and that the best way to have moist skin is basically free. It's just drinking fluid, making sure you take in water. If you take in water, that is step 1. Step 2 is holding on to the water. And that means making sure that the composition, the lipid composition of your skin is going to be such that it can hold on to that moisture. And phytoceramides, the ingredient we're talking about here, ceramides themselves, are the fatty molecule that's principal role in our skin is to hold on to moisture. Yes, omega-3 fatty acids, yes, even cholesterol has a role in moisture retention. But principally, the primary molecule that is carefully organized in our skin in layers to hold on to that moisture are ceramides. And that's why when you read the reviews on this product, 80% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. When you read those reviews, you understand that this is basically just how the body works. And as I always say, when I do a great job with a product, I find the ingredient that Mother Nature has designed and developed for our use. It's part of our God-given blueprint. And then I deliver it in the best, most natural fashion, as pure as possible. Even with this ingredient, I did something I normally don't do. There are 2 French companies that really make what I consider hard to distinguish in terms of quality, the best ceramides in the world, the best phytoceramides in the world. So I really can't determine which is best, so I use them both. So not only are you getting the number one, you're getting the number one and number two, and I'm not sure which is better than the other. So you're getting the two best sources of ceramides in the world in this product. Both come from French companies. As I say, we shop the world to make sure that whatever ingredient you're getting, we get it from the best source possible, so you get the best results possible. But when you're moisturizing on the outside, yes, it has some efficacy, but basically what you're doing, you're trying to aid the skin and perhaps seal the moisture in that's already there. You hope you deliver a little moisture, but most moisturizers don't contain much or any water at all. A lot of them are just oil-based. So how do you moisturize with oil? Moisturization is all about water. So if you're not delivering water, all you're doing is trying to seal in, kind of like using Vaseline to hold in the moisture. And phytoceramides, your body has a system, a really well-organized system, to hold on to the moisture that you deliver to your body. And that system primarily uses ceramides. And that's why the reviews on this product are so incredible. And the science is even more impressive than the reviews. Given how great the reviews are, that's saying a lot.
Absolutely. Well, I know we are very busy. Please remember, once a year and once a year only. Vanity aside, when we talk about the Andrew Lessman difference, because he's been making the world's finest vitamins for over 4 decades, he's doing this exclusively for us. But as I said, vanity aside, you see a difference on your skin. We used to talk about the rimply dimplies, you know, on the back of your legs, but I'm just going to talk about the practicality. For me, I have very dry eyes. My sinuses dry out. So when we talk about moisturizing from the inside out, remember, Andrew really harnesses all of God's bounty, if you will, but today and today only, most of us are gravitating toward that 360 count size. That's accounting for more than 2/3 of our sales, with over 2,000 already spoken for. He does it once a year and once a year only. Regardless, what's interesting, whether you do the 30, 60, 120, 240, or 360, the truth of the matter is you are saving more than you're spending. Part of the reason most of us go to that 360 size, this is where that pricing goes, and here's where your pricing is today. So when you look at this, the 360 Andrew does for today and today only, after the stroke of midnight tomorrow, because this is a power hour, it's like a variety show meets today's special hour, the pricing goes to $199 on the 240. It's actually less to do the 360 today.
Right.
And Andrew, that's the thing. When we talk about how the world's finest vitamins, the Andrew Lessman difference, you know, the truth of the matter is we have great skincare products that we offer here at HSN. None of them benefit a multitude of systems. And frankly, you know, they're working from the outside in.
Right.
They can't do what this does.
And if you want them to work better, you need to deliver. It's like if you want to make a nice painting, you need to deliver a great canvas. You need to use the proper paints, the highest quality. So when you're just in terms of the pricing there, the 360 goes away after today. So the 360 count is just something we do for the today's special. And again, the 360 count, the today's special price, would be a great today's special price for the 240. So it's a great opportunity to save. Yes, the capsules are small, and you might think you have to take several of them a day. If you want to follow consistent with the science, one capsule is giving you more than the levels that were used in the science, where they see a visible difference in the quality of skin and the wrinkling of skin. And again, for trouble spots, whether it's your elbows, whether it might be your heels, your feet, your cuticles, whatever it might be, this is where this product is truly at its best. And it's something that just delivers by giving your body what it needs to engage in a process that it's all engaged in human beings since the very beginning of time. And I noticed the graphic there, and I write the graphics, and it talks about the skin. And again, as Shannon, as you just mentioned, the graphic on the skin, not the chart next to me, but as you just mentioned, when you look at the body, and the role of ceramides, it's so much more than the skin. Our body has to keep our airway, where we breathe, moist. It has to keep our sinuses moist, our eyes moist. And ceramides are this critical lipid-based molecule that our body uses, especially when we think about our airways and breathing. All of that air rushing by, it just dries those tissues out constantly. That's why at night when we sleep and we breathe regularly, those tissues tend to dry out and can be very uncomfortable. But again, ceramides are critical for the moisturizing system of all those tissues, not just the surface of our skin. Certainly in terms of vanity, as I said before, ceramides was a critical part of the human race surviving to today, because it was a critical part of us holding on to moisture. If we couldn't hold on to moisture, we didn't survive. And it's just sort of, to me, it's almost amusing that a molecule that's critical, was critical for survival for millennia, is now critical for vanity. And vanity is not being a bad thing. It's, we want our skin to look its very best. And as long as we're moisturizing, and certainly for so many folks, if I read the reviews here, for so many folks, this is not about vanity. This is all about comfort, whether they can even put socks on or wear clothing without it catching on their skin or things like that, or irritated areas of their skin previously. It's an opportunity to change the composition, to change the visual appearance of our skin.
Absolutely. And you know what, don't forget about the dads out there, Father's Day. I mean, let's be honest, as women, we can use a lot of things outside our skin to try to make us look younger and more moisturized. You know, guys, especially my dad, I think of my dad, he works on a farm, so he has very dry skin. This is for dad. This is non-discriminatory when we talk about moisturizing from the inside out. We know moisturized skin looks younger. Like Andrew said, it's more comfortable. For me, I can always tell when I run out, and I knew it was time, once a year and once a year only, because my nasal passages and my eyes in particular really do get very dry to the point where it's uncomfortable. But here is what's happening. With over 2,300 sold, remember, not one or two, we've got 4 today's specials. It's as if today's special and variety show married each other, because we're going to get to a lot of things in this hour. But this is a one-time, a one-day only opportunity. All of the sizes are great values. Andrew does it once a year and once a year only. If you're new to HSN, I can't encourage you to try it enough, especially if you're just thinking of the vanity. Like I said, we used to talk about, you know, the backs of your legs and the appearance of your skin on your upper arms and tummy and all that great stuff. But just so you know, yes, visible difference aside, nasal passages, eyes, that's the skin on your hands, your elbows, your knees, 30, 60, 120, 240, or 360. If you want that 360, I want to encourage you to do it now, because remember, that's overwhelmingly 80% of those of you who are selecting it, and you should, are gravitating there. As a friendly reminder, pricing goes here. Here's our pricing today. It's arguably, again, you are saving more than you're spending. And everything, by the way, go to hsn.com, check out Andrew's page, because he's not here as often as we might like. You can see everything at special pricing and free shipping. As always, 30-day return policy. And Andrew, as per all your products, it is a feel the difference and see the difference opportunity, isn't it?
It truly is, and better than me saying it, I'll read some reviews here because the reviews speak volumes. And then after, I want to read some of the science, because the science is crystal clear. But it's almost like you don't need the science where they talk about the results in studies and things. When you just simply look at the structure of the skin and the layers that phytoceramides lay down in healthy skin in terms of their, it's almost like having a line of defense, multiple lines of defense that these phytoceramides organize themselves in order to hold on to our moisture. And the degree to which those phytoceramides are well organized is the degree to which your skin will look good and your skin will be healthy. It's a critical part of that protection that the stratum corneum provides. But just reading some reviews here, these are absolutely incredible, and I have hundreds and hundreds of reviews we can read. So if we go over, there we go. Alligator skin. My son's hand actually brushed up against my leg. He was disgusted and wanted to know what was wrong. Phytoceramides have changed that. My skin is now soft and plump. I'm now trying the marine collagen peptides to see if that will enhance my success. It will. I am usually highly skeptical, but I'm totally pleased with results. And again, so many of, as we age, that kind of alligator skin kind of goes with the territory unless we try to make a difference. But as we continue here, best product ever. All I know to say is, wow. I was very skeptical about if this product would work as well as if it was worth the cost. It is worth every penny. I bought the 360 count when it was a Today Special. That's the only time we do that. My skin has never felt so soft and moisturized. If I forget to use the body lotion one day, it's no big deal. I don't even, in fact, I don't even use moisturizer. I mostly forget. I'm pretty irresponsible about that. But ever since I use ceramides, it's not as if I notice. My skin is so soft I can miss a day. Buy this product if you have dry, scaly skin. It works. It will take a few weeks to get into your system, but once it does, you'll never want to be without it. Definitely works, very impressed. I take quite a few of Andrew's products and all are high quality. Since I've been taking the Phytoceramides product, I can visibly tell a difference and feel the difference because my skin is smoother. I'm so glad that Andrew sells high-quality products because you either take the best supplements or do not take them at all. And if they're not the best, they're not going to work. And that's why, again, 80% of the reviews, 80%, 5-star reviews. Wow, I never thought a product could do so much. Thanks a million, Andrew Lessman, for making yet another great product. I was very skeptical, that's the third time someone has said skeptical, that phytoceramides would really make that much of a difference, even though I take many of your products and have never once been let down. After taking these phytoceramides, my skin is absolutely radiant and glowing. That's what moisture does. Thank you, Andrew, for all that you do and providing such wonderful supplements. I'm forever a fan, from Cindy in Virginia. And yes, products on the outside can work, but if we want them to work their very best, then we need to support our body on the inside, where really the traction, really the opportunities are present. I didn't believe it, but it's true. I truly respect Andrew, and I've had great results from his other products. But a supplement that will benefit my skin? Nah. Until I tried it, the skin on my face now appears softer and more moist. The rough skin on my heels has softened considerably, and crepey skin is disappearing. I will never stop taking this product. Thank you, Andrew. Patty in New York. These reviews sound strikingly similar. Head-to-toe results. I've been taking this product for almost 2 years and continue to see multiple benefits. In addition to promoting hydration and softness on my face, these capsules have helped the texture and suppleness of skin on my entire body, including such trouble spots as cuticles, elbows, and feet. We've heard that before. The results are truly more than skin deep. My wise mother told me it is not vanity to take care of your skin and look your best. It is self-respect. Thank you, Andrew, for boosting my self-respect. Wow, best skincare ever. When Andrew said that this was the only sort of moisturizer he used, and it is, I noted you can bounce a dime off of his eyelids and quickly placed my order. I wholeheartedly recommend you do the same. Like many of the other reviewers, I cannot believe how quickly I can see results. I wish I started using this in my 20s to prevent ever having a dry wrinkle. I've spent more on half-ounce eye creams, and nothing smoothed out the look of my fine lines like this hero product. You must try it. And again, moist skin is skin that resists wrinkles. It's plump, radiant skin. First review in 20+ years should say it all. After the third week, I realized that my cuticles were not dry and my nails were no longer peeling. It was as if they fused back together. Then I noticed I no longer have the dry bumps on the back of my arms. They're gone. My skin is much softer. My face no longer looks dry either. At a dinner party, a group of women all huddled around asking what my secret is. I showed them the bottle. As a matter of fact, this is my first ever review on HSN as a 20+ year customer. Mic drop, Andrew Lessman. Wow, I have goosebumps reading these. Can't live without it. I've been taking this product for about 2 years now. Almost immediately, I felt a difference in my skin. For the very first time in my life, I didn't have cracked hands this winter. I ran out for a bit and could tell the difference. My hands, eyes, and the corner of my mouth were dry again. I ordered right away and will never run out again. From Genvia in Texas. I'll do one more. These are, I could read them all night. For the skin I'm in, better already. It's where we live, our skin. I've been taking this product for 1 month and already see a change in my skin and the quality of my nails. Less crinkle to the look of my wrinkle and no more peel. Less crinkle to the look of my wrinkle, that's good. And no more peeling fingernails. Amazing, and I'm grateful for it. I immediately went online and ordered another 240-count bottle. Today, only 360-count is available. I do not want to be without this little magic in a bottle treasure. Thank you, Andrew, from Karen in Pennsylvania. Probably tomorrow I'll get a chance to read the science. I'm not sure if we'll have a chance to read the science, but the science is just as compelling as the reviews. It's just straightforward. This ingredient is a critical part of how our skin moisturizes. We don't get it from our diet. Our body struggles to synthesize it in adequate quantities given the way we live and the way we eat. So the only way to make this difference is by supplementing it.
Well, and the only problem is we've got 4 today's specials to get to, and trust me, I could talk for an hour on any one of the choices. So I really want to encourage you, read those reviews at your leisure, whether it's skeptics who were convinced, whether it is seeing the difference. Girls, if you don't like the backs of your legs, the rimply dimplies. And one of those reviews that Andrew read was talking about hands. I'm always in the kitchen like beautiful Muriel. I'm washing, I'm sanitizing. That's actually one of the ways I could tell that I ran out of my phytoceramides. It's like, oh gosh, my cuticles and my hands, they're getting dry again. This is for everybody. And if you only consider it helps maximize whatever beauty product you are using. Because remember, if your skin has to try to moisturize itself and then you put on a firming cream, why not get more bang for the buck? Men, women, non-discriminatory in terms of the skin you're in or the skin you want. The only point that I really need to make clear though is we are doing this pricing and this sizing today and today only. So I hope that you try it. Even, you know, like I said, vanity aside, just the comfort factor. Dry skin is uncomfortable, as a lot of us know. Most of us, over 80% of us are going for that 360 count size, which if that's the one I want, I'm gonna encourage you, use express ordering, go to hsn.com. All of Andrew's products have free shipping. As always, 30-day return policy and flex pay. But that 360 is today and today only. 30, 60, 122, 40. Great if you're doing this as a gift for someone because it's free shipping. Send it across the miles. But remember, in any respect, you are saving more than you are spending. So why not go for that 360? Because we're doing it today and today only. And Andrew, that's just it. I mean, I know vanity certainly prevails for a lot of us, but it's not, when I talk about that comfort factor and the smoothness of my skin, listen, I try to drink a lot of water and do everything great, but this is helping me from the inside out.
Yeah, I'm great about drinking water and fluid. I drink tea all day long, so I'm great at hydrating. And so for me, I'm lazy about using creams and lotions and things like that, and I'm outdoors all the time. And especially the sun is the harshest thing in our skin. I do the best I can with sunscreen and things like that. So this is the easiest product for me. It's also common sense. Whatever you do afterwards just works better when you deliver to that cream or lotion, whatever it might be, skin that has a better integrated water retention system. It's all about survival, that wonderful system that retains moisture, but it translates into beautiful skin. So we use it for different reasons today or enjoy it for different reasons. What I want to do quickly, the clock I know is down, but I just wanted to show some of the science, just a little bit, just to give you an idea of how compelling. This is from a journal called Cosmetics, which you generally think it has to do with cosmetics, but this is different. With aging, human skin becomes wrinkled and loses some of its elasticity. As an age-dependent decrease in ceramides, meaning as we get older, we lose ceramides. It's just a fact of life and science. So as that ceramide levels go down, it correlates, as it says there, correlates with cutaneous clinical signs of dryness, loss of elasticity, that's wrinkling, and increased roughness. Human stratum corneum, that's the critical layer of our skin, upper layer of our skin. Lipids are composed of 50% ceramides, 25% cholesterol, and 15% free fatty acids. So our ceramides are the majority of that system to hold moisture and to really keep that skin structure healthy. All three components are required for skin integrity, especially the ceramides, which play a crucial role in bilayer system formation. And slathering ceramides on your skin will not get them into the stratum corneum. Absolutely not. Dryness observed in aged skin correlates with an overall decrease in stratum corneum lipids, especially ceramides. So as your skin gets drier, it's because internally you lack the ceramides. In particular, it has been demonstrated that total ceramide content, stratum corneum ceramide content, declines with age. More recently, scientists have investigated the beneficial effects of oral supplementation with ceramides to improve dry skin, skin aspect, and associated discomforts. From archives of dermatological research, depletion in lipid levels as a result of environmental challenges can lead to disturbances in skin function. Changes in stratum corneum lipid levels have been linked with aberrant skin conditions such as xerosis, dry skin, technical name, and decreases in the ceramide level of the stratum corneum have been proposed as a possible etiologic factor, another big word, causative factor, the cause of atopic dermatitis. So dryness, atopic dermatitis, it's a lack of ceramides. last one here, and we have dozens of charts on this. In addition, there is a slowly growing body of evidence, and this is from a few years ago, and it's come in more quickly now, from animal and human studies, clinical studies, that oral supplementation with ceramides may be beneficial for skin permeability, barrier homeostasis, maintaining the balance of permeability in that barrier function of our skin, and parameters such as hydration and or barrier function elasticity. That's elasticity is all about reduced wrinkling, and recovery after induced disruption of barrier dysfunction. In other words, ceramides have been shown to, when delivered orally, to deliver benefits in terms of skin barrier function, moisture retention, wrinkling, etc.
Absolutely. I know we've got to scoot along because we've got a lot to get to. This is a power hour for sure. Choose your size of choice, but if you want younger looking skin, smoother looking skin, more moisturized skin from the inside out, most of us are going toward that 360 count size. Please use express ordering. I know we are very busy, but as I said, we've got lots to get to. There are 4 today's specials, still hopeful to get to some monthly specials that I know you're going to enjoy as well. But Andrew, no discord in the family, because let's be honest, whether it's health experts who say, oh, you need more fruit, you need more vegetable, you need the green foods, you are doing all 3 of them as separate choices. Fruitful are green foods or cruciferous in any size that you choose. They're all at the same extraordinary one time only, one day only special purchase pricing is today's specials. They have free shipping. The powder is back in your choice on the 600 count size, which if that's what you want to go to, because I want to put these in smoothies and yogurt and his amazing oatmeal and oat bran. Andrew, this is a lot of fun for me because I take all of these separately. And I remember you did a monthly special, but to do it as a today's special, bravo.
This is, and the pricing, these are expensive ingredients, and I've always in the past apologized for there being expensive ingredients because they're the highest quality, and I'll get into what makes them different from the typical supplements you'll see in stores. But when you look at the 600, which it's just it's 600 capsules, but in free-flowing powder. So that's what I use at home. I'll show you, I'll drop the Fruitful Antioxidants into a glass of water. You could drop it into a smoothie. You could put the green foods into a green drink. You can put it into a meal replacement. So green foods. But what I was saying earlier today, that folks could argue about whether cruciferous vegetables, which are arguably the healthiest vegetables, and then fruits and berries, the red, purple fruits and berries are obviously the healthiest fruits. Which is healthier? People could argue. Or then those pure green foods like wheatgrass and barley grass, of course gluten-free, or spirulina, blue-green algae, these concentrated, ultra concentrated green foods, whether they're the healthiest. Well, you could argue, but you could pick whichever one works for you based upon your perspective. There's no arguing the fact that all 3 of these are at the very top of the healthiest foods that any human being could ever contemplate consuming. So you have your choice. What it's going to do quickly, we'll start with Fruitful Antioxidants. And what's kind of fun here, I'll just take a capsule of Fruitful Antioxidants. And so that would be a little scoop, I think, which is about a 1/4 teaspoon of the powder, the 600 serving powder. So that's a capsule. As you can see, it's right there. I'm not sure if we got that here. There we go. So, and if we just pour some water in there, I'll do this, whoop, and you get an idea of how potent this is. Probably going to need some more water here, but it's so, I didn't even stir that. It shows you how soluble these standardized extracts are, but you'll see it's so deep purple, it almost looks black on camera. And it's appropriate if you look behind on that chart, what you're looking at there is if we get to that chart, if we can go up and look at the chart, that's what's in the capsule. There's no additives, there's no binders, there's no fillers. So you're getting 40 milligrams of dual standardization of acai berry extract, standardized for anthocyanins. You're also polyphenols. You're also getting bilberry extract standardized for anthocyanins, black elder standardized for anthocyanins, also our cranberry extract, our grape skin extract, our pomegranate blend, 40% punicalagins, 40% ellagic acid. You're also getting our special blueberry extract, cherry extract, anthocyanins, chokeberry extract, grapeseed extract, raspberry extract, 20 milligrams of resveratrol, our strawberry concentrate, blackberry extract for standardized again for anthocyanins, and apple extract standardized for polyphenols, and a little bit of vitamin C because it usually comes along with many of those fruits naturally. So that's what you get in each capsule. And that's why when I move this glass over, that's why that one capsule, if I put it in a gallon of water, it would still look just as dark, just as black. And what's different, and the reason why it does this, typical products that contain, say, fruitful antioxidants or cruciferous extracts, what they are, just dried fruit. They're dried fruit or dried vegetables. That is it, dried fruit, dried berries, dried vegetables, which is not how you create a product like this if you want to create a product that's beneficial. If it's just going to be dried fruit, then just eat dried fruit or eat fruit itself. If you're looking at a supplement is all about delivering to you an identified beneficial compound. A component, say, in these berries, anthocyanins. In certain other berries, polyphenols. And anthocyanins are a member of the class of polyphenols. So when you're looking at a supplement, you need to be looking at a product that's removing all the things you don't want. The bulk of a fruit or vegetable is not these beneficial compounds. The bulk of a fruit or vegetable is fiber, is calories, are the things you don't want in a supplement. You want to target the beneficial compounds. And that's exactly what we do in our fruitful antioxidant extracts, exactly what we do in cruciferous extracts, and exactly what we do in green foods. So you're getting what you want, you're not getting what you don't want. And when it comes to fruitful antioxidant extracts, most of us don't eat an abundance of those ingredients. Certainly when it comes to cruciferous vegetables, it's even worse. What's great is that despite these ingredients being among the most expensive ingredients that I offer, the same with our cruciferous vegetable extracts, the same with green foods. And despite this, if you went back 15 years ago, these products being much, much more expensive, over 30, 40 cents a capsule, in that powder, and that powder is basically your invention. You had told me that you wanted it in powder to mix with yogurt or smoothies or oatmeal, and the fruitful antioxidant extracts works perfectly everywhere. The cruciferous extracts or green foods has more of a particular flavor. I like it. Actually, when I mix the green foods or cruciferous, it's with anything, I like the flavor. You can put it in a green drink, whatever it might be. But the fruitful antioxidant extracts goes everywhere, and it just gives you that enormous array, more than a dozen ingredients targeting the protective compounds from those fruits. Not the calories, not the sugar, not the fiber, targeting the protective compounds that we seek and that we don't get in any kind of abundance in our diet. And now, the point I was making before, I ramble and get sidetracked by the benefit, the excitement of all these ingredients that they deliver. But it's only it's less than 15 cents a serving in the large size. It's barely 20.
Okay, well, we're going to get back to Andrew. Just as a reminder, though, 30-day return policy and flex pay. Now, it's interesting because when Andrew was talking about, 15 cents, 20 cents a serving, have you purchased raspberries lately? Have you purchased blueberries lately? What's funny is I'm looking at our flex pays, and even on the 60 count on the Fruitful, I know I spent more for just a little pint of raspberries and strawberries than you're spending on flex pay. Remember, same great savings regardless if you're doing Fruitful, cruciferous, or green foods. Andrew, I understand we do have you officially back, I believe, with, remember Max Headroom? That was kind of like a Max Headroom.
The cable?
Reverberation, or well, we'll double check on that. So if you are channel surfing, of course, Andrew Lessman for over 4 decades has been making the world's finest vitamins. This is something he has not done before. Last year in August, he did Fruitful as a monthly special. We're hoping to get to some monthly specials, and not to rush anybody, but we don't get to see Andrew as much as we might like. So we're gonna do a variety show along with our today's specials. I know a lot of you are still calling on phytoceramides, but what Andrew is doing for today and today only is your choice in Fruitful, cruciferous, or green foods. Now, the powders are back. He only did that one other time. So that's on that 600 count. He's also only doing that today. Special pricing is only good today. And because Andrew is the creator, the manufacturer, he is the man, as I like to say, you can choose any one of those, Fruitful, cruciferous, or green foods, and then your savings and your pricing is mirrored regardless of that. So Andrew, like I said, very few people on my crew remember Max Headroom, but that was kind of a Max Headroom, repetition going on.
I remember Max Headroom.
See, remember?
I'm dating myself here. And now I have an echo as well. So when I'm talking, I get to hear myself a second time.
See, and
So.
you're the only voice I want in my head. I don't want to hear myself repeating. So, Andrew, I'll defer to you as to whether or not you want to continue with that little echo or not. Remember, we are going to try to get to our monthly specials as well. Andrew, would you like to try to continue with that echo?
Have we? I think the echo is gone.
Okay.
Have we? Because I know we were going to do fruitful. We're trying to do fruitful first, then cruciferous, then green foods. Have we finished our time on fruitful?
I'm not paying attention to time. Fruitful has had its time in the sun, so we are moving along.
All right, because what I was just going to show quickly, just to give you an idea how potent the product is, just the pomegranate, one of 15 ingredients in the product, that the equivalent would be 1.5 cups of pomegranate juice or 2 1/5 cups of pomegranate juice. And as you see here, about 500 calories, to be the equivalent of the components we deliver. Just the resveratrol would be the equivalent of 28 to 33 cups of red wine, over 570 cups of white wine. So just give you a sense of how potent the standardized extracts of each of those dozen plus ingredients are by looking at just a couple of them. So, and the same thing applies to cruciferous extracts. So when you're looking at each of the components in it, whether it's a kale extract, whether it's a Brussels sprouts extract, or a mustard seed extract, or a broccoli extract, or a red cabbage extract, all of them, because they're standardized extracts, all of them are delivering levels of the compounds you're seeking that are the equivalent of an enormous quantity of the food itself. So we're getting rid of the things you don't want. We're getting rid of the water. We're getting rid of the calories. We're getting rid of the components you don't want. And we're specifically targeting the protective compounds in our fruitful antioxidant extracts, or now in our cruciferous veggie extracts. And I think as bad as most of us, myself included, can sometimes be in terms of eating all those healthy fruits in adequate abundance, I think we're all even worse when it comes to cruciferous vegetables. And some people will say that cruciferous vegetables, and even I have a chart here that I'll grab, that in scientific studies they talk about cruciferous vegetables being perhaps the healthiest foods that we could ever contemplate eating.
Absolutely. So just as a reminder for you, continue to call Fruitful, Cruciferous, or Green Food. And just as a reminder, this is 1 day and 1 day only. There is power in the pigment for sure. Not only, it's not a license, you know, to eat whatever you want, but Andrew, it's also a reminder for me to do my optimum best. So here's that cruciferous, and you'll really see it on the green foods as well. But for someone like myself, who, you know, broccoli, sometimes when you're making it, can give off an odoriferous scent that is not appealing to a lot of people. Plus, of course, you know, you have to worry about the expense and whether or not it's expired. So, Andrew, I know, you know, it's kind of fun.
By the way, Shannon.
Yeah.
By the way, Shannon, was that second glass, was that the cruciferous extract product?
It was actually.
Which, by the way, I hope everyone realizes how remarkable that is with the cruciferous, because the reason why it became that deep purple color was only because of the second ingredient on that chart, the red cabbage extract, because that's also anthocyanins. And anthocyanins are those incredibly powerful pigments that are incredibly beneficial and healthy polyphenols. But that bright purple color comes, or that deep purple color, comes from the red cabbage extract. But just when you look at that chart, the levels of, those are exceptionally high levels of sulforaphane, 1.2%. If you just looked at regular broccoli, it's probably 100 times more potent, perhaps even higher than ordinary broccoli. And you look at mustard seed extract at 10% glucosinolates, and glucosinolates are arguably the most beneficial ingredient in terms of what makes, and I better to read it in science than hear it from my mouth. I'll put a chart up here, and we'll go through just some charts quickly on the cruciferous veggies. And these are what we don't eat, and it's really a loss, but from the Annals of Botany, consumption of cruciferous vegetables may be more protective than the consumption of vegetables in general. Among the most studied bioactive compounds in crucifers associated with disease prevention are glucosinolates. And guess what we standardize all of those ingredients for to make sure you're getting? Glucosinolates. This is from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Cruciferous and dark green leafy vegetables are among the least consumed vegetables in the United States. So I just read a chart talking about how healthy they are. We just read a chart telling you that it's among the most least consumed vegetables in the US. From the Journal of Nutrition, the Cruciferae, also known as Brassica, are the family of plants that include the various familiar members of the species Brassica, Oleracea. For example, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, as well as many other plants that are widely consumed in various parts of the world, but not in the United States, such as oriental cabbage, arugula, watercress, radish, daikon. Japan, they consume an enormous amount of daikon, wasabi, and various mustards. It's what we don't consume, but they're incredibly beneficial. A striking and characteristic chemical property of cruciferous plants is their high content of glucosinolates, which often approaches 1% or more of their dry weight. The unique effectiveness of cruciferous vegetables to protect health is attributed to the fact that they are the richest source of glucosinolates in the human diet, which is why our supplement focuses on glucosinolates. That's the primary standardized ingredient you need to look for. It's what typical veggie products don't talk about at all or focus on, but it's what you need to focus on.
Absolutely. Couldn't be easier, couldn't be more affordable. One day and one day only. Remember, Phytoceramides still available, Fruitful, green foods, or cruciferous, regardless of the size on the Fruitful green food or cruciferous. It is all that one day only, great savings and price, and not a license for bad behavior, but it's always a reminder for me to try to get as many fruits and vegetables into my diet. And I know with limited time remaining, we have to give at least a little equal time to green foods. Andrew, you know what it would remind me of when we were doing this today's special? I'm sure you remember and love and knew Jack and Elaine Lillane. And I remember Jack used to come out here with, you know, plates of things. Here's what we should be getting in our diet. And I used to look at that and my stomach would hurt because I'm like, how in the world am I going to get all that stuff in? Again, it's not like it replaces good eating, but boy, it sure reminds me and helps me do my best.
Jack was, it's fun to hear his name and think of him. He was a wonderful person. I knew him out here. I got to see him at HSN often. Just an amazing person, just a physical specimen. The things he was, I'm not a great swimmer. He was an amazing swimmer. He's just a remarkable person, and his discipline when it came to fitness, when it came to diet, was truly remarkable. And I wish I was that remarkable. And for me, that's why I understand how important these components are in our diet. I also understand that probably based on just looking at population studies, I do a pretty good job with those components. I'm not as good as Jack was, but I do a pretty good job. But most of us struggle. It's difficult. And there you go with the green foods to get a sense that the richest source of chlorophyll there, when you're talking about blue-green algae, chlorella, spirulina, wheatgrass, barley grass, of course it's gluten-free. So you take your pick, whether it's our Fruitful Antioxidant Extracts that targets the most important protective compounds. These are standardized extracts. Standardized extracts cost 100, 200 times more than a dried fruit. Dried fruit, dried vegetables are just, they're like discard from the fruit and vegetable industry. You could buy them basically for next to nothing. But when you make a supplement needs to target the protective compounds. That's what we do with all of these. And our green foods are the 5 most important green foods. These are really primitive foods. When you look at the algae, they're among the most primitive plants on the planet. When you're looking at blue-green algae, spirulina, and chlorella. And then we're looking at wheat and barley grass, 2 of the oldest grasses, 2 of the oldest plants on the planet. They're incredibly rich in chlorophyll and nutrition. Those green foods are part of what created the atmosphere we all breathe through photosynthesis. And that photosynthesis requires remarkable nutrients and components like chlorophyll. So that's what makes them so healthy.
It does. In fact, Andrew, you know what they can't see is when we say the power in the pigment, every time I've been opening up one of those capsules and touching the spoon, it's like God's little pigment. I know that story also applies with turmeric, which I'm glad that you snuck into the show. But especially with regard to fruit, that's one of the things that you read in the reviews is with no carbohydrates, no sugar. When I think of, you know, cranberries and even resveratrol and red wine, there are calories and alcohol, all those other things associated. It's just the best of the best, no matter whether they're choosing the fruitful, the cruciferous, or the green foods, isn't it?
Right, and when you're looking at that 600 serving, this has always been a product that had been very, very costly in the past. And my goal with any product is to get it to about 10 or 15 cents a serving. despite using very costly ingredients. And we've managed to do that now. We haven't cut corners with the ingredients. In fact, the formula's only gotten better over the past, since the past. So it's an opportunity to get an even better formula than previously, and to do so at either, because they're all the same price, at either less than 15 cents a serving for the free powder, where it's just a small scoop, quarter teaspoon, or whatever size you choose, or at about 20 cents a capsule in the 360 count, or a little bit more expensive for each smaller size thereafter. So the larger sizes, as a manufacturer, this is our opportunity. When we do a Today Special, and you see the thousands of units, that means we're able to purchase all of these raw materials and use the buying power that you give me to make this as efficient and as economical as possible for you.
Absolutely. If you just consider the cost effectiveness, when I said earlier, a flex pay for a pint of raspberries. They don't let me do flex pay when I'm buying my raspberries or my blueberries or any of my great things. Certainly doesn't replace a great diet, but it sure helps us make the absolute best of harnessing what our body really needs. And try to choke down wheatgrass, impossible. Just remember, choose Fruitful, Cruciferous, or the green foods. All great savings, same savings when you choose 30/60, 180, 360, or the powder. Pricing only good today. And thousands of you have also selected our Phytoceramides. Remember, girls especially, you want younger looking skin, smoother looking skin, moisturize your skin from the inside out. I'm talking your eyes, your nasal passages, your respiratory system, the whole 9 yards. Keep calling on that. Now, because this is a power hour, we're going to see an encore presentation of our Today's Special with Andrew and myself next hour. But we haven't really been able to focus or spend a great deal of time on the air on his monthly specials. And Andrew, it's turmeric done in a way that no one else does. Another runaway customer pick and favorite, isn't it?
Well, turmeric is something that when I first started talking about it, it kind of fell on deaf ears. And that would have to go back, I guess, about 20 or so years ago. And turmeric is something that if you simply look at the science, and even if you look at traditional medicine has been touting the benefits of turmeric, kind of like cranberry, and that modern science now validates the benefits that traditional medicine has always attributed to it. The issue with turmeric is one of benefits and how to deliver it to ensure the benefits. So with turmeric, it's not just about making sure that you get a great standardized extract. And again, a standardized extract means that you look at that food, you look at the specific compound or compounds in that food, and then you standardize it for the highest levels so you get the most possible. So you don't want to be getting, again, the calories and other things from that food. You want the targeted protective compounds. With turmeric, it's something called curcuminoids. If you look at ordinary turmeric spice, it's about 1 or 2% curcuminoids, not a lot. If you look at our standardized extract of turmeric, it's 95%. So that would sound like, wow, 95%, it's almost 100%, it's perfect. That's got to be the world's greatest turmeric supplement. No, not yet. It's the beginning of the world's greatest turmeric supplement. Because with turmeric, those 95% curcuminoids, they tend to resist absorption. They're not efficiently absorbed. So yes, it's a fantastic example of getting the protective compounds you want, but if you can't absorb them, it's not a good supplement. It's not finishing the task. So what we need to do to finish the task is determine or figure out how to naturally deliver those curcuminoids in a fashion where they can be absorbed. And that was simply a matter of, again, going back in time and looking at how it was done traditionally. And the way turmeric was done traditionally in India, in Asia, was it was cooked with foods that contained fat. And when you complex turmeric naturally with fat, those curcuminoids become highly absorbable. So what this powdered supplement is, and it makes it hard to encapsulate, it's been complexed with a very beneficial fat, a very beneficial lipid, something called phosphatidylcholine. It's the primary phospholipid in your liver, the primary phospholipid in your brain. So it's a wonderful beneficial ingredient on its own, phosphatidylcholine. But phosphatidylcholine, when it's naturally complexed with the curcuminoids in turmeric at low temperature, it enhances the absorption of those curcuminoids. And it would sound great if it increased it by 100 or 200 or 300%. but it only does so at about 3,000%. So it's an exciting way to accomplish this without using any potentially irritating or any potentially adverse ingredients. It adds more benefits by adding phosphatidylcholine, and it makes those curcuminoids incredibly absorbable. And the only way you're going to get the benefits of turmeric, its soothing benefits to your joints, its detoxifying benefits to your liver, its supportive benefits to your brain. The only way you're getting them is if you absorb it out of your digestive system. Otherwise, it might give benefits to your digestive system, which it does. It's soothing and wonderful for the digestive system from one end to the other. But if it can't be absorbed, it's not going to deliver the benefits to the rest of your body. Those other systems I mentioned, soothing to the joints, beneficial to the liver, beneficial to the brain, has to be absorbed. And our system is the most natural and the most efficient way of delivering it. And our monthly special price is basically today's special pricing for it.
It is indeed. In fact, I just want to share that with you. So remember, World's Finest Vitamins for sure. He's been doing it better than anyone else for over 4 decades. And while we know information is power, and that's really job number 1 when it comes to watching any Andrew Lessman show, please be aware when he does this special purchase pricing, it's definitely something that you should take advantage of. So whether it's the 30, 60, 120, or 240, I take this every day. I rely on it, and not just for liver health, but of course for my digestive system. There are just a multitude of benefits. And it's interesting too, Andrew, because when we talk about that standardization, when we say you are making these, standardization is key. And the way you, I don't know if I'm using the phrase correctly, but assay the materials both before and after, and the manner in which you create this, it is head and shoulders above what we find out there.
I talked about this earlier, that our lab at ProCaps Labs, I mean, we call it ProCaps for short, but it's really ProCaps Laboratories, because every ingredient that comes into our facility, every component is tested. We do thousands and thousands and thousands of tests, not per year, per month. We do probably more than 1,000 tests, almost 2,000 tests every week, testing all the raw materials that go into every single product. Testing every single product when it's done, making sure it's perfectly balanced and everything in that product meets the specification. And unlike other products, every label has a really serious specification on it. So we have to make sure that every product is delivering on that specification. And when it comes to turmeric, when it comes to any of the botanicals we talked about earlier, whether it's my Fruitful Antioxidant Extracts, my Cruciferous Veggie Extracts, every one of those ingredients that comes with a serious specification, that means we have to do a test to validate it. That means we have to test the product after to validate it. That's why most companies don't make any claims as to standardization, because it just puts a burden on them. They'd rather just say, oh, there's going to have some broccoli extract, or there's going to be some turmeric in the product, and call it a day, and not have to test to make sure that it's meeting the standardization. So again, we manufacture everything that you see. Most companies you see, or most products you see, are manufactured by contract manufacturers that have no direct connection to the company that's selling it, except they're just fulfilling a contract to make the product for them. So all of our products are made in our all solar powered facility in Henderson, Nevada. And that's why they're different. That's why when you look at the label of this product or any of my products, all you see, that's why we get so much ingredients into our green foods, into our cruciferous vegetable extracts, into our fruitful antioxidant extracts, our today's specials, because there's no additives. No one else does that. No one else makes supplements without lubricants and fillers and binders and flowing agents. Ours are pure. So when you're getting our turmeric, you're getting that pure beneficial turmeric, standardized to 95% curcuminoids. And then you're getting this wonderful phospholipid, phosphatidylcholine, that ensures optimum absorption, optimum benefits. If your joints have been talking to you, and turmeric is a wonderful way to talk back to them, quiet them down, you need to make sure it's going to be absorbed, or you're going to not experience the benefits at all. And that's why so many folks are disappointed with turmeric.
Absolutely. My producer's going to kill me for mentioning this, but fire up the Google machine. Just, you know, turmeric and ... and you're going to see a wealth of benefits coming up. But do Andrew's, because it's the best. Nothing fishy going on here, I guess, bad pun intended, because when's the last time your doctor told you you should take an omega? This is better than any omega product that certainly you're going to find anywhere else. Runaway customer pick and favorite, also a monthly special in the 30, 60, 180, and 360. Once more, I gotta tell you, Andrew, when we talk about that Andrew Lessman difference, here's one where, yeah, I see a difference because I actually take this for my skin in addition to my stress levels, my eye health. As a side benefit, my skin does look better as well. But your omega is head and shoulders above the rest, isn't it?
Absolutely is, and the reason why I thought it was important to make it a monthly special this month, not just to give incredible savings, but because as long as we were talking about phytoceramides and the principal molecule involved in keeping our skin moist from the inside, and that's the primary way to keep our skin moist, not by slathering things on the outside. Yes, on the outside, it feels better, it might look better, but if you really want to make a difference, it happens on the inside. But phytoceramides partner. Phytoceramides are the predominant molecule for skin moisture, but phytoceramides' very healthy partner are omega-3s. And of course, as Shannon was just saying, you can't have a healthy, functioning, balanced brain without adequate levels of DHA, because DHA is the primary fat in the brain. So the brain is 2/3 fat. DHA is the primary fat that makes up those phospholipids. So when we look at our brain, when we look at our eyes, DHA is even more highly concentrated in our eyes than it is in our brain. And it's incredibly highly concentrated. As I said, it's not the majority. It's about 98% of the 2/3 of the weight of our brain that is fat. So again, it's almost 2/3 of our brain is DHA. So DHA is something that we favor in our product. EPA is what's favored in typical products. If you look at those capsules there that Shannon put out, the 4 capsules on your left are capsules that contain less omega-3 than my product on the right. And my product is roughly half the size or a little more than half the size of theirs. So we deliver more. It will never be difficult to swallow. It will never upset your stomach. It will never have a fishy aftertaste. We don't reduce those things, we eliminate them. When you make a better omega-3 product from a scientific standpoint in terms of DHA and EPA and natural triglyceride form, which we do and they don't, when you do all those things correctly, it naturally becomes a more user-friendly product. It's a smaller, easier to swallow capsule. There's no upset stomachs, there's no fishy aftertaste. So again, this is great for, we were talking before about eye moisture and skin moisture. It's part of the natural system of moisturizing our eyes, moisturizing our skin, working hand in hand with phytoceramides.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what though, read those reviews. 4.7-star customer pick average on a fish oil product, no repeating whatsoever. So it's not like minimal taste, no repeating, no fishy taste whatsoever. So choose your size of choice. Most of us are gravitating toward the larger sizes. Andrew, I know they will be seeing an encore look at us with our today's special. And of course, always go to Andrew's page. Lots of things that we didn't have time for. And Andrew, like I said, you just really curate the best of what nature's bounty or God's bounty has to offer. And what a wonderful day we have in store, don't we?
Right. And what I've tried to do is, because I'm on less frequently, is not just have a single Today Special. So that's why today we have 4 Today Specials. We have some wonderful monthly specials, which are essentially at close to today's special pricing. So it's whatever you choose, whatever you'll be seeing on television today, it's going to be a great opportunity to save. And in a moment, we'll be back talking about phytoceramides, which work perfectly, as I said before, with omega-3s. And phytoceramides, if you have trouble spots on your body, dry elbows, dry heels, dry cuticles, dry patches in your skin, wherever it might be in your scalp, phytoceramides, that's the molecule that's all about moisturizing your skin. It's been doing it for human beings for millennia. It's helped us survive because it holds on to moisture. But today, it's an opportunity to make sure that you could have the most moist skin naturally from where it really works best, from the inside out.
Absolutely. Well, I know we've got an awesome day in store thanks to you. Andrew,
Yes.
Thank you. We'll look for you live a little bit later on
Thanks,
today.
Shannon.
Thank you, as always.
Soon.
All right, encore presentation of our today's specials coming up next. And be sure and come back. I think Bobby is with Andrew later. I'll be back with him at 8 p.m. But in the meantime, we have an encore look at not 1 or 2 or 3. How about 4 today's specials?
We use goat milk because we had it, and that's how our company started. But what we learned over the years is how beneficial goat milk is, not only for the skin, but for your body.
Goat milk adds moisture to your skin. It's really the most amazing ingredient.
People really do notice the hydration of their skin. The farm to skin difference only with Beekman 1802.
Paris on HSN.